There are two massive airdrops coming to Illuvium starting at the end of April, going through to the end of May, and then gets even bigger all the way from June onwards into late into 2024. So that you don't miss out on these airdrops, I'm going to explain exactly what they're about, what they sort of mean, and in future videos, I'm also going to break it down in more detail, so don't forget to subscribe. So let's jump into the blog article that Illuvium's presented that had an announcement in their Discord if you want to stay up to date with these sorts of things. As we go into the blog, we can see it's very simple. It is outlined for us, but I want to take it through even more detail for anyone who's unsure how this all works. So, Illuvium Airdrop Season, a token of our appreciation. Firstly, there is a loyalty airdrop that is going to have 50,000 ILV tokens set aside. At current prices, is about $5 million, which is a lot of money. This includes 50,000 ILV and then 200,000 ILV set aside for the Play-to-Airdrop campaign. This is the biggest Play-to-Airdrop campaign in all of GameFi and will probably be even bigger than it is set here. If the token price changes, it will go down or up in the future, so it will be huge. But the total airdrop is approximately $25 million at a $100 ILV price point. So absolutely massive. The loyalty airdrop would do a lot of things, but the thing you should note is that the snapshot was already taken. It was taken on April 14th, 2024. For anyone who has been participating in the Illuvium ecosystem quite a bit, then I'm going to explain kind of what you might be expecting. But again, I'm going to go into more detail in the future. I'm going to be explaining what you might go into. And then for anyone who's here for the Play-to-Airdrop, I'm going to be explaining that shortly after. This first bit will be very short. Distribution date. Loyalty rewards will be distributed to our dedicated participants in Q2 2024. It means basically before the Play-to-Airdrop kicks off, the loyalty airdrop is going to get airdropped to everyone. Now, for those of you that have participated in the ecosystem the past 3 years, here is what you're looking at. If you have been staking in the Illuvium protocol, time and duration is going to be relevant. If you've been staking in the SushiSwap liquidity pool, also relevant, probably going to be a little bit more heavily weighted, but it's hard to say for sure. If you bought any discs over the course of this past year from Illuvium Beyond, then you're definitely going to be in running. And I think they also said that it's going to matter what sort of albums and collections and things you did. So if you completed a bunch of the collections, that's going to bode well for this loyalty airdrop as well. It's all going to be like a points-based system, and they've figured out how many points each thing is worth. I do not know what that is yet. If you trade on the Illuvidex, this is the one aspect I haven't really done in the Illuvium ecosystem much because I haven't really sold very much stuff. I've bought some things for Illuvium Beyond, but nothing too crazy. So if you've been doing lots of trading of land, Illuvium Beyond items and everything else, you're going to get a big section of this airdrop as well. And land is the fourth one. If you've bought and held, especially if you've held long term, then that's going to bode really well for you. Now, I should mention a lot of people have been asking, what happens if I had 10 lands and I kept moving them between my different wallets? They have been talking about this a little bit in the Discord, and it's a little bit unclear what you should do. But you've only made 1 or 2 transfers, really minor stuff. You will be able to speak to the team at some point and get them to adjust your points for you if you can prove to them that you really have just held all this land and it's only been a few minor transfers. If you've done a lot of transferring with a lot of different wallets, they probably won't be able to help you. So don't worry, they are going to be able to help you for the most part, but hopefully you haven't done too much moving around with your wallets. And that is the 4 that you need for the loyalty airdrop. Let me know in the comments down below if you did all 4 of these, if you only did 1 or 2 of them, how much you think you're going to get. 50,000 tokens, right? If there's 20,000 lands, that would be on average 2.5 tokens per land if the other 3 things weren't here, right? If you've been staking for a very long time, then you might get a quarter of these points. So let's say 10,000 tokens worth. You've done a lot of trading on the Illuvidex, 10,000 tokens worth. Like, there's a lot of money to be given out here. Between everyone, since we can see there's about 10,000 Illuvium Beyond holders, I think that's a good representation of the dedicated and super duper active community. I would say that it's about 5 ILV per person at this point because let's say about 10,000 of you are really hard into Illuvium, which would be about 5 ILV per each person, which would be absolutely insane. So let's move on to the Play-to-Airdrop. They've said that phase 1 will see 20,000 ILV for the testnet beta. So starting on April 30 and going through to May 28 is when the testnet beta opens up to more people. And then sometime end of Q2, maybe July, the open beta will come out. And then we'll go into the next phase of the beta, which will see 180,000 ILV distributed over a 5-month period. These are the activities to do to be eligible for Play-to-Airdrop. When the game comes out, even the private beta testnet, okay? Play in the arena. Now, I suspect survival mode will be a big part of this. Probably playing the survival mode at least once a day, get on that leaderboard. Play arena, a bunch of games, ranked, casual, everything else, even a few of the different game modes. There'll probably be daily quests and things to do all sorts of things in the ecosystem. So playing all 3 game modes every day might just be a part of that. In the overworld, as they say in the blog, you will want to explore, hunt, and collect in the Illuvium overworld. So play the game a lot, explore around. Collecting the Illuvials, I expect to be a really big component. If you get the full collection, you're probably going to pretty much max out the points on this overworld leg and get quite a decent payout. I expect the overworld to have one of the largest divisions here. So if there's 200,000 tokens, I expect overworld to have maybe 70 or 80k of that. At 30-40%, probably even more than that. Even Kieran has said that he believes that overworld is the flagship, is the main title here that everyone is excited for. So I expect him to allocate a lot of the rewards there. Also, you can play that for free, so that's going to help as well. Illuvium Beyond. Buy a lot of Wave 3 Illuvitars, complete those collections. It's going to be quite simple, and lands is the interesting one. In the town hall recently, Kieran mentioned that free-to-play lands is going to have a really small allocation of the airdrop. We don't know exactly what that looks like, but for anyone who's playing free-to-play lands, still do it. It's a fun game, and it's easy to play on your phone. For anyone who owns land, you're going to really want to go hard because I figure there's probably going to be quite a decent airdrop coming to those of you that are playing land dedicated and you have different land plots and things like that. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys are excited for the airdrop. I cannot wait. More videos coming. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to tell you exactly how much ILV I think you can earn from the airdrop as soon as I get the chance to make that spreadsheet. And I know you guys love them. Have a good one. Oh, and don't forget to register using my link. One of 20 people are going to get the chance to get into Illuvium early. If you use my link, you will have a really good shot at getting access to the beta and starting to earn on this airdrop as early as possible.